Kelly Day number 72.
Good morning from Kelly Day number 72. The boys and I love watching Bucket List Family, so I guess that's our introduction. I don't know. Tell me if you have a suggestion for a better one. And we are no longer in Orlando, so we can't say good morning from Orlando. Good morning. This is our Kelly Day number 72. Give us better suggestions, okay? This last Kelly Day, our plan was to take the boat out, but if you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen that Kelly Day number 71, we took our boat out and got stranded on the river like 5 times because I don't remember what the part was, but there's a part in the motor that like overheated, and basically I think it's like an alternator in a vehicle. I just know cars have 4 tires, so I'm not the right person to explain this. Dad's at work right now. Anyway, something on the boat motor overheated that is supposed to recharge the battery, and so the battery kept dying. And we had a jumper pack, I think is what it's called, but I mean, we were using the power from it and it kept dying. So it was a big mess, and we realized that needed to get fixed, and then there were a few other things that Thad and his friend are still working on, and so we weren't able to take the boat out Kelly Days for the entire summer. Honestly, it's kind of funny. Every single one of our, which is exactly how I would want to spend my summer. So that was fine. It had been a while since we had been to Aquatica, and we were ready to make a good trip of it because it's September. We probably won't be going back again until next year. The water gets pretty chilly right around the beginning of October. So we decided to make a really fast last-minute trip up to Orlando, and we kind of brought you along for the fun.
Wait, you don't.
So this is what it's like having a firefighter husband with Kelly Days. I was sitting on the couch making a shopping list, about to go to the grocery store and buy food for dinner, and Thad walked in and said, or we could go to the Jury for dinner, which is our favorite hotel that also serves free dinner with the price. So we are making a really quick packing up really fast. It's like, what time is it? 2:20 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, and we are getting ready to head to Orlando for the night and go to SeaWorld tomorrow. So I think this is Kelly Day number 72. Join us for some fun. Oh my goodness. I just had so much going on this last week. So normally I would be immediate enthusiasm, but this time I was a little bit more hesitant. And then I thought about it and I was like, actually, you know what? I have like 4 projects I have to do to finish off this week. I was making a baby blanket and finishing a discipleship program and teaching a co-op class, and like just had all this stuff I needed to do. But in that moment, I was actually just worried about getting dinner on the table that night. So that I was able to bring my stuff in the car and just work on the things that I actually needed to get done for the week and not worry about the other stuff like dinner and whatnot. So it worked out really well. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. I am about halfway packed, and I just realized that we don't want to go to the SeaWorld tomorrow. We want to go to the water park. So I need to change a couple of things. I'm not sure what we were thinking. I was just thinking SeaWorld. I think Thad was thinking SeaWorld, but it's summertime. We want to go to the water park. So almost getting ready to go. It was kind of weird because right after we decided to go ahead and go, I was putting some laundry away and got the notification on my phone that Charlie Kirk had been shot. And I immediately texted some family and friends, and one of them replied back and said that they had just announced that he had died. And that felt like, you know, like a sucker punch to the gut. And so I had like all this excitement for this trip, and then I was like, wow, what just happened? And it was this weird feeling the entire time of like, I can't believe that just happened, but also like, I just want to really enjoy my family and just hold them close right now and go make some wonderful memories with them. Okay, it is 4:30 and the boys and I are packed. Thad is actually working on our boat with a buddy of his and had to make a quick stop at Home Depot, but when he gets back, he's gonna pack up and then we're gonna head out. Okay, you can go to Jimmy and Pop's house? You go spend the night at Jimmy and Pop's house?
Chapter of Anna Hibiscus and listened on my Yodo.
Sending to me, but I looked at the pictures. Oh, just to tell you, Anna Hibiscus lives in Africa. Amazing Africa.
Into the kitchen and started to cook good smell.
So we went up to Orlando. We didn't make it to the jury in time for dinner. I think they stopped serving at 7:30, and because Thad was still working on the boat with his buddy, we didn't get out quite as early. We've packed really fast in the past, but this time it took us a couple hours to get out the door. But there's a White Castle there. Thad spent a few years in Wisconsin as a kid, and so he really loves White Castle, and there's none around us. I think it's the only one in Florida. So we went to White Castle for dinner and then headed to our hotel, stayed at the Jury, our favorite hotel, grabbed our swimsuits and went to the hot tub and the pool, hung out there for a little bit. Landon just ended up on the elevator by himself. He went a little too quick, so I'm trying to see. You can see that it went all the way to 7, which is the floor we're on. Thad's staying at 1 to see if he comes back down. 7th floor. Landon. I can hear him. Did you have a fun ride?
That was really funny.
What did you do? You just stayed in the elevator and then came back down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody with him.
No, it's the right hole for your arm.
Thanks. Can you hold this? Actually, never mind. I like good challenges.
Yay! Good job.
I might need your help.
The next morning, we went and got our free breakfast and we stopped at a couple of golf shops. I don't know if I've ever talked about that before, but you know, a lot of firefighters have side gigs or their own businesses they do on the side. Thad buys and sells golf clubs, amongst other things. He does some work for some of his friends who own businesses as well, but his like main thing that he enjoys doing is buying and selling golf clubs. So there are some golf shops up there that we went to, and then we headed to the water park. Yeah, good job. And it was awesome. September might be my absolute favorite time for a water park. It was not insanely hot, so like the ground wasn't burning our feet. The water was cooler, but it wasn't cold. It was still good enough to enjoy. And there was no one there. So this was, granted, it was also 9/11. So there was a lot of heaviness in the air. You know, as we were walking in, we had also found out there was this shooting in Colorado, which we were just in Evergreen in January. We drove past that high school. So as we're walking into Aquatica, I like to brainwash my children as much as possible and remind them of how fortunate they are that they get to homeschool. And so of course I'm like, hey guys, isn't this amazing that it's the middle of the week and we get to go to a water park? Aren't you so thankful that you are homeschooled and that daddy's a fireman and gets to have days off in the middle of the week? Aren't you so grateful? And in my heart, you know, I'm thinking, and that we don't have to send our kids to school today, and just be concerned about that. Being in Orlando, being in a big city is still a little bit like it definitely makes me look around a little bit more and just try to be aware of my surroundings, which I should do anyway, but it definitely makes me do that a little bit more after events like that and being in a big city. But definitely walking into Aquatica this time, I was just very grateful that that this is the life that we've worked for and that we get to enjoy. I know it's not a possibility for everybody, and we could have easily discounted it and said no. Like Thad was, I think he was 28 when he decided to switch careers. He was in banking. He had a business degree. He worked at a desk in an office. Like very different lifestyle. He had no medical schooling background or anything like that. And we started talking about switching his career to become a fireman. And I always say that was one of the hardest but best yeses that we ever chose. And this just, you know, made me grateful again that we chose that we chose to say yes and make a huge career jump that totally and completely changed our lives for the better. So Aquatica was so much fun. Middle of September, middle of the week, 9/11, maybe it was extra quiet, I'm not sure. But yeah, even that, just thinking about like the obviously all the people who lost their lives on 9/11, but the firemen who lost their lives on 9/11, and just so grateful just with everything going on in the world and that has gone on in the past, and just there's a lot of gratitude that day that we got to be there nearly by ourselves and just enjoying our family time together.
I was grateful that we could go anytime.
To a map, and I got to see what roller coasters, not roller coasters, rides I could go. Poop on!
So it was really funny. booked the hotel on points points through Jury. We got free breakfast from Jury because that's what they do. And then when we got to the water park, they told us that our tickets had free meals on them. It actually was supposed to be like a $10 voucher per person, but instead that wasn't working, so they gave us the meal voucher, which ended up being worth like twice as much because food at theme parks is insanely expensive. But it was just funny. We were like, oh man, not that, you know, I could have skipped White Castle, it's not my favorite, but Thad would have wanted to go to White Castle one way or the other. But I was laughing and thinking, oh, if we had made it to the Jury in time for free dinner, we would have had free dinner, free hotel, free breakfast, and free lunch. This would have been like the free trip. It would have been so much fun. It was still a lot of fun. It just would have been fun to say that everything was free on this trip. You ready?
We're about to swim in a rapid river.
A rapid river is
It's
like
a river that goes.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'll explain. So it's the one.
It's a fast river, but without anything in it, and it's salt.
It's fresh water land.
But it's like,
He's not telling the truth.
I mean, it's chlorine. You will not want to drink it.
So, yeah, a rapid river. Let me explain.
A rapid river is basically the same thing, just a little bit rapider.
No. So, a rapid river. Ours is like, start here and do that.
Bye-bye, Jeffa. Inside. Mommy, hold on.
I'm not holding on to you. Okay. Where's Gavin? Gavin, come here. Oh my goodness, it's happening. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. I want to take a picture of all this. You guys are ridiculous. All I wanted was a family picture.
But there's these rock pieces that are massive. One side's fast, the other side's slow. And you wear life jackets. And it's chlorine water, like this Dugu said.
You don't have
to wear one. Like,
Yeah.
I don't wear them. Because me and Daddy race. Oh, and this Dugu behind me.
Next time I am not wearing one.
No, you have to wear one.
And by the way, you have to one day go. At least one day go on in one.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
That's so funny. That's so funny. That's so funny. my favorite part was aquatica. Because we want to go on my favorite ride. So we go down on kind of a mat with handles, and it feels like you go straight down, which you actually do. And it's a water slide, and the handles are blue and the mat is black.
We went on the water slide all by ourselves.
And it was
Good. Tigers, and we couldn't get noticed by any adults until we got here.
You didn't get noticed?
Let's go again. Yeah, let's play tigers again. My least favorite part was leaving.
my favorite part was when you got
We've told them about the whole trip except for leaving because we don't want to because we forgot about it.
Okay, so there's nothing else you want to say?
Oh, the other night I just finished the Anna Hibiscus book.
Dad is back at work today, and I just want to say how grateful I am for all the hard work that he has put in for this family, that he recognized a passion and a job that he thought would make him happier and also just be better for our family. It really has been like the best decision that we've ever made. I would say that fire and homeschooling are literally the best things that we've ever chosen for our family, besides just like following Jesus. So, you know, we're just very grateful after such a heavy week.